Hidden behind overgrown roads near Tanglin Hill, there is an abandoned hostel most Singaporeans have never entered. Former visitors claim they found Bibles left open in empty rooms, sometimes turned to different pages when they came back. But the strangest reports weren't about the books. They were about the footsteps, walking through the hostel long after everyone had already left. The Tanglin Hill Brunei Hostel once housed students from Brunei studying in Singapore. Built decades ago near the edge of quiet government estates and dense greenery, the hostel slowly faded from use. Eventually, the building was left abandoned. Windows shattered, electricity disconnected, furniture left behind. Urban explorers began entering the property sometime in the late 2000s. Most expected to find vandalism and decay. Instead, many described something deeply unsettling about the silence inside. One former visitor described discovering a small prayer room on the upper floor. Inside were several Bibles, arranged carefully across the room. At first, it looked normal, until they returned an hour later. According to the witness, one of the books had moved. Another was now open to a different page. The group accused each other of touching the books, but nobody admitted to it, and nobody wanted to stay long enough to argue. The most repeated story connected to Tanglin Hill involves the third floor. Visitors frequently reported hearing footsteps above them, even when the upper level was completely empty. Slow footsteps, measured, as if someone was walking from room to room. One group claimed the sounds followed them for nearly 15 minutes. Every time they stopped walking, the footsteps stopped too. Around 2013, local explorers allegedly uploaded recordings from inside the hostel. Most of the footage has since disappeared, but fragments reportedly captured unexplained sounds moving through empty hallways. In one clip, footsteps can allegedly be heard approaching slowly behind the camera operator. The person filming turns immediately. The corridor is empty. Paranormal investigators often describe certain abandoned places as having a psychological pressure, a feeling that someone else is nearby, even when logic says otherwise. Former visitors to Tanglin Hill repeatedly described that exact sensation. Not terror, not panic, just the overwhelming certainty that they were being watched from somewhere inside the building. One final account describes a group exploring the hostel just before midnight. They entered a dormitory where a Bible had been left open on one of the beds. The room beside them was completely dark. Then they heard movement inside it. Slow footsteps, followed by what sounded like furniture dragging across the floor. According to the witness, they ran immediately, but while leaving the building, they heard footsteps following them down the staircase. Today, much of the Tanglin Hill Hostel has faded further into silence. Nature continues swallowing the building room by room. But the stories remain. Open Bibles in abandoned corridors, footsteps on empty floors, and the strange feeling that somebody is still walking through the hostel after dark. In Singapore, there are abandoned places people avoid because they are dangerous. And then there are places people avoid because something inside them still feels awake.